The buyer's side and the seller's side. What's the difference between the buyer's side and the seller's side in a short sale transaction?
Well, the buyer's side, the buyer puts in the purchase contract to purchase the home, and then they get to wait. So it's a little more difficult for the buyers because they're anxious to find out what's going on. On the selling side, we're in constant communication with the seller and with the selling agent as far as the documentation that has to flow back and forth.
So that brings up the next question. If I'm the seller, specifically, what do I have to do?
As a seller, what your goal is, or what your duties are in this transaction, is to open up the home so that your listing agent can obtain an offer, and then you'll correspond with us for the documentation that we need to collect from you. Other than that, then we handle the rest.
So Marlene, if I'm the buyer in this transaction, what do I have to do?
As a buyer, your responsibility is to put an offer in on the property, provide your proof of funds and your pre-qualification letter. Your agent will then work with the listing agent to be able to submit the offer to us. And then you have to sit back and wait for the weekly updates.
So waiting's a big deal for me.
Waiting's a big deal for the buyer, and they get very anxious because they're excited about their home and they want to know how the short sale process is going.
But obviously, as the buyer, you'll update me as often as I need to know. Is that right?
Our primary contact is with your agent because their responsibility is to protect you in this transaction. So we work with the agents on any of the documentation that we need or any updates. So your agents are updated weekly.
Okay, so I need to go to my agent.
You need to work directly with your agent.